Just another beautiful week of football in the state of Oklahoma. Number 6, Oklahoma Sooners get the 16-point win over Texas A&M, 41-25. Aggies will be going to the SEC, losers. And number 3, Oklahoma State gets a crazy 7-point win over Kansas State. Bill Snyder's team, well, they fought for it. They just could not get the win at the Boone in Stillwater. I am your host, Dave Mafontenot, and it's week 10 of The Quest, sponsored by Call Okie. Call before you dig. We're about to dig into this week's top plays by the Cowboys and Sooners. Let's not waste any time. At number 4 this week, this play we call Nick of Time. What an exciting game up in the Boone on Saturday night. Cowboys look to be in serious trouble with under 5 minutes remaining, trailing 45-38 to the Wildcats. That's when Orange and Black Mon, superhero duo Brandon Weeden to Justin Blackman, struck once again. Blackman seemed to shift into supersonic speed on this play. He somehow got behind the Kansas State secondary, 54 yards for the tying score. Blackman, well, Weeden had 502 yards for passing. Blackman had 205 yards and 2 scores on 13 catches. Pretty good day for those two guys. So let's move straight on to number 3, as voted on by you, the viewers. This play is of the defensive variety and comes from the Sooners game against future SEC team Texas A&M. Number 3 is called Right Place, Right Time. Under 11 minutes remaining at Owen Field with the Sooners up 20-10. Defensive tackle R.J. Washington tips the Ryan Tannehill pass way up in the air. Well, Ronell Lewis will take it from there. Jacked up junior defensive end returns the interception 11 yards down to the 28-yard line of the Aggies. Roy Finch running in from 3 yards out about a minute and a half later. As the Sooners took a 17-point lead, Lewis finished with a team-high 9 tackles, 2 for a loss, and a tipped pass. He was named Big 12 Defensive Player of the Week for his efforts. So some things never change. One of those things is that you have absolutely no love for 2 of the top 4 plays we present to you each week. So now on to the 2 plays that receive basically all the votes. And number 2 is Sick Pick. What a beauty this one was. Orange and purple fighting it out for supremacy all night on Saturday. One of the many sweet plays was this interception by linebacker James Thomas off the tip of who else but Broderick Brown in the second quarter. Brown has a knack for this type of play, as he proved in Bedlam last season. Thomas has a wall of blockers and returns the interception 47 yards all the way down to the 5-yard line. Cowboys would score on the next play. A Weeden to Tracy Moore pass as OSU tied the game at 24 midway through the second. Broderick Brown had 10 tackles in the Cowboys win. Monday, his roomie, James Thomas, talked to us about the ridiculous pick.
Oh man, that's my roommate, man, BB. Broderick Brown, man, we're roommates, and man, we got a little chemistry together, man. And I know if the ball is thrown in his area, run to the ball, because you never know, he might tip it.
So what did Cowboys coach Mike Gundy have to say about the game? At Coach Gundy said Boone Pickens Stadium was rocking last night. Amazing atmosphere and great test for this football team. Awesome job by the fans. Thank you. Well, you dig deep enough and eventually you find the treasure, at least on this quest. So it's time for our Dig of the Week, sponsored by Call Okie. Remember to call 811 before doing any dangerous digging in your domain. And number 1 is Jazz's Gem. Second straight week, OU sophomore receiver Jazz Reynolds shows up on the countdown with a one-handed grab. This time it wasn't as pretty as on video. It's an impressive feat nonetheless. Reynolds hauled the ball in while fighting off 2 Aggie defenders and basically took them with him into the end zone. Sooners go up 20-10, 3.5 minutes into the second half. Will go on to score 28 points in less than 7 minutes. Andrew Jones had an off day, completing 18 of 38 passes, 255 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jazz, 6 catches, 75 yards.
When they went up, I just had to get something on it. The guy was holding my left arm, so I just had to get something behind it, and I got my body behind it. And saw the end zone, I just had to dive in there.
Of course, the impressive sophomore will be asked to produce even more after the Sooners lost super senior Ryan Broyles to a torn ACL on Saturday. Broyles will be missed by fans, media, coaches, and teammates alike. At Travis Lewis 28, so blessed to have played with one of the all-time Sooner greats and the best wide receiver to ever play college football, at Ryan Broyles. Of course, if you have any comments or questions, don't hesitate to send them to us on Twitter, at The Quest, or at NewsOK Sports on Twitter, and Facebook, NewsOK Sports Facebook page, of course. And then how about next week's schedule? Well, Sooners will be on a bye. They'll need that week to lick their wounds and try to recover. Meanwhile, number 2, OSU, number 2 in the nation, goes to Lubbock, take on Texas Tech, 11 a.m. at Jones Stadium in Lubbock. That should be an interesting game. One of the few hurdles, we say it every week, but another hurdle for the Cowboys to clear on their way to possibly playing for the national title. That's going to do it for this week of the Quest. Remember, you can vote every week, Monday through Wednesday, on newsok.com on our poll, and then tune in on Thursday to see where your top play finished on the Quest. We'll see you next week.